This is DotInfinity. What if we had the wise Plato to deal with our 21st century problems? Let's try to figure out Plato's relevance in today's world. Plato was a Greek philosopher and one of the most important figures in the history of Western philosophy. His teachings have had a profound influence on the development of philosophical thought, and his works continue to be studied and debated by scholars and students of philosophy around the world. One of Plato's most famous and enduring ideas is the concept of the forms. According to Plato, there is a realm of reality beyond the physical world, where abstract concepts such as justice, truth, and beauty exist in their purest form. This realm, which he called the world of forms, is eternal and unchanging, and is the source of all knowledge and truth. In contrast, the physical world is a mere reflection or imitation of the world of forms, and is subject to change and decay. Plato also believed in the importance of reason and critical thinking. He argued that true knowledge can only be obtained through reason and a logical inquiry, rather than through mere opinion or belief. In his famous allegory of the cave, he used the image of prisoners chained in a cave, who can only see shadows on the wall, to illustrate the importance of seeking knowledge and enlightenment. Another key aspect of Plato's philosophy is his view of the soul. Plato believed that the soul is immortal and exists before and after death. He also believed that the soul is divided into three parts: the logical part, which seeks truth and knowledge; the emotional part, which governs emotions and desires; and the appetite part, which governs basic physical needs and desires. According to Plato, the goal of life is to achieve harmony and balance between these three parts of the soul, and to cultivate the rational part through the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. In his political philosophy, Plato envisioned an ideal state governed by philosopher kings, who would use their wisdom and knowledge to guide society towards the good. He believed that the ideal state should be organized according to a hierarchical system, with the most enlightened and virtuous individuals at the top. He also believed in the importance of education, and argued that the state should provide education to all citizens, regardless of their social status or background. Plato's ideas have had a profound influence on the development of Western philosophy, and have inspired countless thinkers and scholars throughout the centuries. His emphasis on reason, critical thinking, and the pursuit of knowledge continues to be an important part of philosophical inquiry today. His ideas about the soul and the ideal state continue to be debated and discussed by scholars and political theorists around the world. It's difficult to say exactly how Plato would address the complex and interconnected problems of the 21st century, as his ideas were developed in a very different historical and cultural context. However, it is possible to speculate about how some of his key philosophical concepts might be applied to contemporary challenges. One of Plato's central ideas was the concept of the ideal state governed by philosopher kings, who use their wisdom and knowledge to guide society towards the good. In the modern world, this might translate into a call for more enlightened and ethical leadership, based on a commitment to reason and the pursuit of the common good, rather than narrow self-interest. Plato might argue that leaders need to be well educated and have a deep understanding of philosophy and ethics, in order to make wise decisions that benefit everyone in society, rather than just a privileged few. Another important aspect of Plato's philosophy was his emphasis on the importance of education. In the modern world, this might involve a call for more comprehensive and equitable educational systems, which provide all citizens with the opportunity to develop their reasoning and critical thinking skills, and to cultivate their moral and ethical sensibilities. Plato might argue that education should be focused not just on vocational training or job skills, but on developing the whole person and preparing them to be responsible and engaged citizens. Plato's emphasis on reason and logical inquiry might also be applied to the complex problems of the 21st century, such as climate change, social inequality, and political polarization. Plato might argue that we need to use our reason and critical thinking skills to carefully analyze these problems, and to seek out evidence-based solutions that are grounded in a deep understanding of the underlying causes and complexities of these issues. Plato's concept of the soul might be applied to the challenges of modern life, such as stress, anxiety, and a sense of disconnection from others and from nature. Plato might argue that we need to cultivate the rational part of our souls through the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom, and the spirited part through the cultivation of ethical virtues such as courage, compassion, and empathy. In doing so, we might be able to create a more harmonious and balanced society, where individuals are able to live fulfilling and meaningful lives, and where the common good is prioritized over individual self-interest. Thanks for watching.